game instead of talking about what is or isn't free and loose. I will not admit whether I wear comfy pants or actual pants when I'm shoutcasting. That is something for me to know and you to not know. But in the meantime...
It's one of the most wonderful things sitting next to him when we're in the same room casting, because he walks in, it's like the spiffy top, he's got the suit, he's got the tie, the nicely coiffed hair, he looks nice and professional, and he's got like Pokemon sweatpants on.
I don't have any Pokemon sweatpants that I will admit to.
It's something goofy like that, and you know you do. I'll get Laura on this to attest to it.
They're just patterned pajama pants, but we're not talking about what I do not wear for my pantalones. But another thing that you should know that Wraith was commenting on, I think 2 weeks ago, is I actually talk a lot with my hands. It's a crazy amount how much I move my hands when I'm casting. However, I do it all just underneath the camera, like literally just down here where you can't see. I'm moving my hands and doing this and talking about all this sort of stuff. And it's pretty hilarious. It's pretty hilarious. But getting into the game, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to XLNC Shoutcasting. If you're new here, I am Jake Kelton, and Wraith is the awesome duocaster you see over there. He does all of the analysis. We are going to get into this game, Team Millionaire versus Team Jeopardy. It's our third game of the night, and it's going to rock because we got some seriously good players in here, a couple diamonds. No masters this time around, but diamonds and plats galore. The Darius, Jin, Swain bands taking away all those red champions.
Okay. Who banned my Jin?
Catnator, obviously.
We'll have words later, Cat. No, but I just want to, just for a quick second before we start analyzing anything, I want to draw attention to Mola's idea in the chat. I think Jake should be wearing a Power Rangers one. Can we get a vote in the chat, please? Hashtag Jake Power Rangers onesie 2018, please.
I will wear it underneath the suit and tie.
Anybody in favor of this?
But all right, we're talking about the game here. Nong picking up the Braum. Is this going to be? Hold on, because River SLV picked up Sona for support. Is this the mid lane Braum again? The attack speed mid lane Braum coming out from Nong. This is legendary. Not only did he easily win the lane, but he also started to carry the game with a mid lane attack speed Braum. We'll have to see if that's where it goes down. Catnator currently on the jungle Kaisa over for Team Jeopardy. Josh shot you picking up the Trundle for the jungle as Riven going to be in the top lane, and the Twitch picked up. So I'm thinking we're going to see some ADC bans coming out from Team Jeopardy, but instead it's just making life easier for Riven, knocking away the Camille and banning away some of the top laners to make Riven's life a little bit easier.
It's escalated. We've now gone to Battle Bunny Jake as the preeminent option.
Okay, I saw Sneaky's cosplay, and I will not do it. I will not. I have long hair. I will refuse to do that. Now, the Tippers onesie, that I could be talked into. Maybe we set up one of those, like, if we hit a certain donation amount, I'll wear a Tippers onesie, but somebody else has to buy it. Yeah, maybe we could talk about that. But Battle Bunny's not happening. You could donate me $1 million and I wouldn't do it. Sorry, it ain't gonna happen.
Hold on, no. You can't. No.
Kitty Cat Wraith? Oh no! Oh no!
All right, so we're going back to analysis now, guys.
I think we're playing Nami because the tides have turned. Frostbutt Irelia Wraith. Frostbutt Irathia? I can see this.
It's okay. Stop this right now. I feel betrayed, Twitch chat. I feel betrayed. All right. So, looking at the Janna Twitch bot lane right now, and it looks like Janna has smite. So that's probably not the best option. Quickly talk about something important that happened. Did anybody see TSM lose? Let's draw attention away from
we're not talking about TSM losing. We're not talking about TSM losing. All right, let's get back serious a little bit. As serious as we can get into this game. So is it going to be the Alawi? Did they allow the Alawi through? And Control deleted picks up the Alawi for the top lane. I don't know if Butternuts is prepared to take that on, but with that Riven, we'll have to see how that goes down. Now, Merciful Jesus, is it going to be the Vigar? He's played Vigar before, but it could be the mid lane Vigar this time around as he rolls through the champions. We'll see what he picks up. Janna, Twitch in the bot lane, looking for some aggressive plays. Someone did. On the Janna is currently carrying the Smite, but most likely going to change that up before the, and the loadout gets picked up. And it is the Vigar for the mid lane, going to be facing off against the Braum on this Nong Nong. One of the good things about Braum.
This Nong Nong.
With the...
Nong Nong qualifies as a champion now.
He is his own identity. I mean, you really can't...
He's a force of nature, like Herobrine in what is that? Minecraft. You know, he's just kind of this spirit moving through the mid lane, picking random champions that don't belong there. All right, so let's do champions and their players real quick.
Sorry, I'm trying to get some exclamation points. All right, champions and their players. I'm saying welcome to the new people, which is awesome, guys. Welcome to XLNC. I appreciate you dropping by. Catinator playing Kaisa in the jungle for Team Millionaire. Just kidding, it's not Millionaire. What did we change it to? Team... Not Jeopardy. Okay, well, we're going to go with Team Millionaire.
It was Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune, because that's easier to remember. So, Team Wheel of Fortune. Nong Nong taking the Braum in the mid lane. River SLV on the Sona bottom lane support role. Vieta taking Lucian in the ADC role, and the super powerful Alawi we saw last game, but on a new player's hands. Control, Alt, deleted, taking Alawi in the top lane.
All right, and for Team Jeopardy, it's going to look like Butternuts on Riven in the top lane. Josh Shot U27 in the jungle with the Trundle. We've got Doom Dozer on Twitch in the ADC role. Someone Dad on Janna in the bot lane supportive role. And Merciful Jesus rounding it out with Vigar in the mid lane. All right, let's take a look at these compositions, Jake. Who do you think's going to win based on just looking at it?
Thank you, Dino, for Life 3 for the follow. I appreciate that a lot. And guys, if you do play League of Legends, you can get in on these games any Tuesday night. We do 3 games starting 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know why I keep looking this way, because that's where my second monitor is. Instead of talking to the chat, I should be talking straight forward. So if you want to get in, this is the third and last game, but next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll still be shoutcasting any League of Legends game customs you can get into. And be shoutcasted like the pros, like we're doing right now. So, analysis on this game. I really think that it is tough to analyze just overall, because let's talk about this for a second. Front line is really strong from Team Fortune. We just saw Alawi's power in the top lane, obviously going to be a very strong force. You've got Braum as well for the front line tank. The engage from Sona on the crescendo. The Kaisa and Lucian for the backline damage. The one issue is they're all almost AD. There's very little AD coming out. Thank you, Toasty XD, for the follow. So I think at the end of the day, I actually do give it over to Team Jeopardy. And the reason why is they have the frontline tank of Trundle. They have nice composition of CC between the Riven stun lockup, the Vigar wall. There's a lot of, at least a decent amount of CC, and they have a good spread of damage between the Twitch spray and pray. You got the Bruiser knockback from the Riven Broken Wings. You got Vigar ult that can easily execute Sona, Lucian, or Kaisa anytime they walk too close to him. And then Janet for the peel. So I think even though Fortune seems a little stacked, unless their Lucian or Alawi particularly gets crazy fed and just destroys the rest of the game, kind of like we saw in last game, Team Jeopardy just has the overall composition that should lead to a victory.
Yeah, I actually agree with that analysis. The one caveat is going to be if either Catinator or Control Alt Delete gets fed. So Catinator, Kaisa is just a champion that when she gets ahead, there's not a ton of counterplay to her, because then she just hits, if Twitch gets CC'd at all, she just appears behind him, one-shots him quite literally, like a Q and 2 autos does like 3,000 damage or something like that when she's got a few items under her belt. So she's really potent and has a lot of burst damage when ahead. So if Catnator manages to get himself fed, he'll be doing really well and has the potential to carry the game. Alawi, we just saw it last game, really take over, and then you're going to start having to send 3, sometimes 4 people to deal with her to keep her from just completely mowing down your side lane. On the converse, though, you've got Twitch. Twitch is one of those champions who's always been good in just about every meta except for once when they nerfed the snot out of him. And then that terrible thing where Riot decided that he wanted to change Spray and Pray to Rat-a-tat-tat for about a whole season.
Yes.
And nobody called it Rat-a-tat-tat because it just makes your mouth feel funny to say that. Like, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and everyone still calls it Expunge, even though they never changed it back from Contaminate. If you didn't know that at some point, they changed Twitch's E from Expunge to Contaminate. I just learned that a few weeks ago. And it's been that way for like 4 seasons. Anyway, but I think if Twitch gets ahead or Vigar gets ahead, they're both massively hyper-scaling champions who have the ability to just win a team fight by themselves. Also, Riven in the top lane, while she has been prone to falling off in the past, Conqueror fixes a lot of those problems by giving her true damage in addition to her kit. So Riven actually is that kind of wild card scaling threat. However, I don't think she'll do quite as well against Alawi. Though she does have the Conqueror advantage over on Alawi, who is taking Kleptomancy. Any thoughts before the game, Jake?
I really want to see this top lane for either team take off, because I think they're going to be crucial when it comes to the rest of the game for their team. Whichever one, in my mind, is able to really get an edge, especially with that teleport on Alawi, could highly impact the rest of the lane, or the rest of the game, including other lanes. The fact that Riven doesn't have teleport almost requires that she's going to have to win that top lane, keep Alawi teleporting to the top turret, keep her pushed in, give Riven time to either roam toward the jungle or roam towards the mid lane, and then late game fights, Riven is going to have to just really plan carefully when she leaves their team to go split push and to push waves before joining up the team, because as we saw in the last game, that 5v5 fight, or 5v4 fight really, with Zed split pushing in the bottom lane was very harmful to blue team, because they were already down, and then being down the main damage source for their team hurt them even more. Now, Riven very aggressively pushed into the enemy team's Wolves, will actually start that and steal away a camp from the jungle for blue team, the Kaisa, which is just really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but Butternuts takes out 2 of the small wolves and heads towards the top lane.
Yeah, well, that's going to get a boost of XP. She's going to get level 2 first, and also Kaisa is not going to get her levels as fast. So that's actually significant XP denial, and a good play that you're right. I don't think I've seen that before. You learn something new every stream. Doomdozer taking a little bit of harass from Rivers. However, not a lot that's going to stick at the moment. However, someone is taking a little bit of damage. It's level 2 all in from Butternuts, and it looks like he's going to force the flash, and he's going to get the kill.
Yeah, so Riven going with that aggressive ignite pays off, able to not only get that initial harass down, but also able to pick up the kill with that ignite, and that is going to give a big advantage over to Riven. The teleport already burned from Alawi as she's moving back towards the top lane, doesn't want to miss too much farm.
Yeah, the level 2 all in from the Lucian, though, definitely came out in his favor.
Oh, ignite down onto Twitch. Doomdozer might be in trouble. Him of Valor. Oh, it doesn't get the kill. Twitch with the expunge. Cleans up after getting level 2, but now Catnator versus Josh Shot You, and that's going to be the Trundle picking up his own kill in the bottom lane. Back to the Lucian and the Twitch. Lucian picking up a kill. Vieta doing a nice job of cleaning up Twitch after the fight underneath the turret. However, there is still fights going across the map as Braum trades in onto Trundle, forcing him out of the jungle. Going to have to recall. Braum heads back in towards the Vigar. Merciful Jesus is AFK?
I assume so.
Yeah.
And it's a 1v1 solo kill! Janna versus Lucian. And Braum is fake punching. He's like, Are you gonna flinch? Are you gonna? Nope. Merciful Jesus is not AFK. Just standing there.
I guess waiting for the lane to push in on his side as Nong playing this Braum mid laner says, I'll just pick up the farm, let you do your thing, Vigar. I don't mind if you stack up, which is something to remember. Is Vigar instantly stacks AP now that they have changed how his Q works, and that scaling could be massively impactful as the game continues.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, this bro lane definitely favors the Vigar because scaling over the fact that Braum, if Braum doesn't have a good laning phase against Vigar, but Vigar's definitely weakest.
Oh, Josh shot you. Nice. Wall's gonna put Catinator in a spot of trouble. Doomdozer here with the extra damage. Catinator's gone. Doomdozer picking up the kill. I thought that the final bite from Trundle might be enough, but Twitch picking that kill up is crucial as he is now 2-1 and starting that hyper scaling route that you want to see out of your ADC.
Yeah, and he did press the attack, so while he will end up dealing crazy amounts of damage, River's trading.
River SLV might be in trouble. Janna Tornado. Oh, the flash unnecessary from the Janna, but still another kill over to Doomdozer. And once again, Team Jeopardy red side is doing really well this game.
Yeah, Janna is continually taking these heavy trades into large minion waves. And it's
Merciful Jesus may be in trouble. Nong's trying to get the last hit of the stun, just misses it. Ignite is down, that may be enough. Merciful Jesus flashes the wall, and from wisely sets up for the Winter's Bite. Doesn't even need it though, and cleans up a 1v1 kill on the Vigar. So some plays in the mid lane gives Team Fortune a little bit of breathing room in the mid lane as Vigar's going to go down to the mid lane brawl.
Yeah. You know what, you were on the stream when you hear Vigar just went down to the mid lane brawl. See something new every week.
That's XLNC casting for you. River SLV in trouble once again as Doomdozer does tons of damage. However, low mana means low health, and Vita gonna pick up his own kill on that one. Janna should be able to escape for the moment. River SLV using a little bit of a heal boost to keep Lucian just fine in the bottom lane. But these kill trades going back and forth are impactful because Lucian started the cull, which means it's going to be a while before he's able to actually cash that in and get the gold to start to stack up true damage, whereas Twitch already has a BF sword after coming out of lane after 6 minutes.
Which means they should have won that fight, but Twitch had very poor positioning in that.
No, I think he just won the BF sword. I think that was just new after this death/recall. But Josh shot you in the top lane versus Catinator. Gonna find the kill and flash to safety with allowing nowhere around. Gonna be able to hop the wall. The dueling power of the Trundle is massive and finds Kaisa between a rock and a tower and says, I don't care about your tower. I'll get the kill anyway.
Yeah, Trundle. There's not a huge amount of tanks. Like Nongrong's probably gonna go Trinity Force like he did last time he was Braum mid. I'm doubting we're gonna see him end up going the full tank route. But in the condition that he does, Trundle is an excellent counter to anyone who's tanky. They have the potential to basically take all those resists, the hard-won money that you spent on your resists, and then turn that straight into.
Winter's Bite just catches the minion. How sad.
Yeah, but look at it, the mid lane. It's actually basically even CS, which is very impressive. Range versus melee matchup always difficult, especially when you're getting shoved under tower.
That's Nong going in deep onto Merciful Jesus, sets up the 3 hits, and that's going to be the last little bit with the ultimate as well. Kaisa's here. That's going to be the Void Seeker. However, the rockets are going to land on a minion, and so instead it's going to be Braum picking up the kill in the bottom lane. Janna may be going down. The Monsoon trying to keep them alive. Doomdozer still full health. Ignite comes down. The damage from River SLV, the heal doesn't quite land onto Lucian, and now Janna might be in trouble. Not Janna, sorry, it's the Sona is in trouble as she tries to find the kill onto the Janna. Vieta dashes in, flashes in, double auto attacks. Is it enough? Not really, because that's the shield from Janna. The bait! Someone did, someone died, and it was Lucian getting baited in.
That Was nice to see. Doomdozer could have played that a little cleaner and gone in the moment he saw Lucian dash forward. However, I expect he was taken a little bit off guard, already pathing back behind to try and cut Lucian off. To be honest, I think if Lucian had pathed backwards and used his dash defensively, he could have lived there. But he overcommitted, trying to get a trade kill onto the Janna, but ends up donating his life over to Twitch with nothing to show for it, which is unfortunate because Twitch has 5 kills now, most of his Infinity Edge, and completed Tier 2 boots. So he's going to be an absolute menace come to the later stages of the game.
Yeah, Brahm's still staying somewhat relevant on the farm, down about 10, gonna go in because Vygar touched him underneath the turret, gonna get a little bit of damage, find the stun, and then go right back to farming. However, lost a pretty good number of minions, I think 5 or so minions underneath that turret, as Team Jeopardy rolls the dice and decides to head for the Drake. It is a Mountain Drake, not gonna help him too much right now, but eventually either taking the Rift Herald or the Baron will be very impactful. In the bottom lane, Twitch comes sneaking in, looking for the damage. Trundle gets the dragon, and there, Vita in trouble, maybe going down here. That's gonna be easily one picked up, as well as the Sona. Nowhere to run, doesn't matter her auras, she's still gonna fall.
Yeah, that's 7 kills now on the Twitch. 600 gold donated over, and Catnator's in a 1v1 with Shot U27. He might have this, but for some reason he decides not to path under the tower.
The ult damage from the Trundle ticks the Kaisa down, and she's going to fall as well. 1v1 to the Trundle.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate all in there, and Buttermilk looks like Butternuts looks like he's just going to get the straight up all in under the tower. That was Staples. That was easy. And that's the power of Conqueror right there. The extra true damage on top of the normal damage that Riven's going to do from proc of Conqueror, definitely setting her up in a position where she can easily win that fight.
Doomdozer might be in trouble, but nice ult from Janna's. She didn't even ult. She just used a tornado. And Doomdozer are going to get out fine. So, in the top lane, what I love is that Alawi Spirit Grab is Test of Might. So, Riven got hit by the Test of Might, which means that if you run away from it completely, you take a little bit of damage, a little bit of slow, as well as 2 tentacles are going to pop up and try to slam you. Or you can just kill Alawi. And Riven was like, you want to test me? Oh, all right. You got a turret, but I don't really care. I'm just going to murder you. And then I don't have to worry about these tentacles anymore. And that's what she did.
Yeah. Another little micro thing about Alawi as a champion is that if you are actually in combat with her, the Test of Spirit or Test of Might goes down more rapidly. It usually stays up for a certain amount of time, giving her the opportunity to get free damage down on you. But it...
spray and pray from the Twitch. Should be a kill. Nice crescendo from the Sona, but just going to be a little bit late. Culling from the Lucian, going to put Janna very low. Tries to get last auto attacks, does trade 1 for 2. Braum now in the bottom lane. Doomdozer just going to flash a little fanciness and then walk his way to safety as Nong Nong a little too late to the party. Not going to be able to do too much, and Trundle's right around the corner because he doesn't have to worry about top lane. Riven currently 3-0.
Yeah, as swaggy as the Bromnong is, I'm not sure he wants this 1v1 versus Doomdozer. Catnator walking in the mid lane, but if he takes too much damage, he is going to have to deal with Merciful Jesus and his ultimate. Nong Nong getting caught out here. The pillar shuts him down.
Sona here with the heal. Tries to help with a little bit of damage, but doesn't even matter. Doomdozer's so far ahead. Infinity Edge completed. 1 more auto attack. This stopwatch going to delay it for a moment. Doesn't even matter. Twitch just sets himself up for another nice kill. He is low health, but doesn't even matter. Trundle going ahead and recalling in the bush, feeling confident that his team's going to make it out just fine. Kaisa tries to hold the mid lane, takes a little bit of harass, and then heads into her jungle to pick up the red buff.
Butternuts is also up a substantial amount of farm. That's 35 CS above his opposite number. Plus 3 kills. We do look to the bottom lane. However, Twitch only has 65 CS, and yeah, like our things.
So, looks like it's going to be a 3-game red side sweep as 19 kills to 5. Team Jeopardy is just massively in the lead. And for once, Alawi has a struggle of a game in the top lane, unable to get the farm and unable to get the advantage on the quick attack speed of Riven, who can just continue to hop away from those engages. The test of might is down, however, Riven just says, I'll clear your tentacles and walk away just fine.
Yeah, it's Test of Spirit. I thought that's what it is.
Is it Test of Spirit?
Yeah, it's Test of Spirit.
I thought it was Spirit of the Demigod. Or Passive Prophet of an Elder God. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever.
Spirit, Harsh Lesson, Tentacle Smash. Okay. Well, I'm still learning ability names, obviously. Test of Spirit, that's what it is. And Lucian gonna find himself a Twitch, and Sona gonna sacrifice herself to save her ADC once again. 0-7 in the bottom lane. Kai'Sa heads to the top lane. Catanera trying to get what damage down he can. The Ignite is ticking away. Doesn't even matter. Alawi ults. It does get the kill. Catanera just barely surviving. However, Josh Shot You flashing in. The flash from Catanera saves his life, though. Double buff on Josh Shot You, though. This 1v1 may not go in Alawi's favor as she has no mana. Now starts to run. Catanera here as well. Does have full mana. However, the Trundle is not dissuaded and continues to push that lane. In the bottom lane, the Twitch stacks up more. I guess the Twitch has been so interested in farming champions, he's actually down over 10 farm. In the top lane, 1v2, Josh Shot You goes in deep. However, he's only going to get the 1 kill on the Alawi before being taken down as Nyongdong tries to defend the second tier turret in the mid lane.
Yeah, so top lane. Actually, hold on. I feel like we're about to see something happen here. Never mind. Maybe. Okay, yeah. So it looks like she's gonna die. No, Sponge is not up.
Poison doesn't kill her. She's able to heal. Starts the recall back at the second tier base. Vieta, only one solo holding the bottom lane. In the mid lane, Nyongdong continues to play with the Vigar, who flashes away from the ultimate. But Kai'Sa's here with the rocket damage set up by the Braum Winter's Bite. Beautiful play from Team Fortune as Kai'Sa comes in from the side lane. Someone did continuing to help the Twitch stack up. But again, I still find it interesting that Lucian's over 10 farm ahead of a Twitch that is now 12-2. Kai'Sa comes to the bottom lane. Void Seeker not going to find anyone, though.
Yeah, I was bringing that up a second ago, that Twitch, while farming champions quite well, not farming the minions all that well.
Yeah, but farming champs is doing what he can, gonna pick up 1, doesn't get Vieta, and Catanera is here on this Kai'Sa, starting to stack up damage, gonna be able to pick up 1. Can he clean up with the rockets? Doomdozer has the mana. Is it going to be enough? He's trying to 1v2. Vieta picks up the kill, the KS, and the fancy top hat as Infernal Drake gonna be picked up by Team Jeopardy. Trundle cleaning that one up in the meantime.
Yeah, so current count is 14 kills and 3 deaths for the hyperscaling 80 carry. Not what you want to see. As soon as he gets his crit, he's going to start leveling people 2 autos or so. Twitch is one of those champions that does snowball completely out of control. Stealth is one of those fairly broken mechanics that if you're ahead, it's very oppressive to play against. Kha'Zix stealth is oppressive, and this is a dead
And Vigar ultimate is very oppressive to play against.
Yes. Vigar, who is ahead, is also quite oppressive to play against. I completely agree. There's nothing quite like that. You're in a 65-minute game. The game's on the line. You're the ADC. You're playing with your heart on the line because you know that this ranked game, your promotion series, it all rests in your hands. You have the potential to carry, and then Vigar walks up and presses R, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just targeted spell that deals all of
Press
your HP.
R, get kill.
Yes. And you press heal for a good measure. Does it? Nothing. Yeah, so bot lane, Twitch finally turning his attention away from farming Sona and toward farming minions at this point. It's probably worth about the same.
Oh, nice relentless pursuit from Vieta. Puts up a good position with the Crescendo from Sona keeps him alive for the moment. He is forced to back away from the turret, and a good pickup from River SLV. Braum ultimate slowing down, spray and pray from the Twitch, gonna pick up one force, the flash from the Lucian. However, in the meantime, Braum trying to tank people up. It is going to be Alawi cleans up and finishes off the Rift Herald, sacrificing her life for it, but still a nice buff pickup from Team Fortune. Josh Shot you starting the red buff should be able to pick that one up just fine, but Nong, good positioning to come down to the bot lane and save the Lucian, and he
just saved him again. That expunge probably would have been the killing blow right there, but Vienna looks like he's gonna walk up again. He's tempting fate. If that had been a crit, he would have died instantly.
You're looking at 2 items, nearly 3 items complete for the Twitch to the 1.5 on the Solution, who has now finally finished his culling. And oh, Doomdozer almost sneaks yet another kill. Doomdozer has been hit by the Winter's Bite, takes out the mid lane second tier turret, but is going to fall as Catinator picks up his 2nd kill of the game. But with those 7 deaths, is only paying back what he's already invested in the other team.
Yeah, so that's another kill. Doomdozer walking up, and it looks like Catinator's gonna be his next victim. Or is he? No.
Nope.
Never mind. Yeah.
Doomdozer just gonna clean all of them up. Vieta is gonna find himself 1v2ing once again. He's played this thing before. Oh! But gets 1 out of it. It's a trade of 1 for 3. Not what you want, but the shutdown on the Twitch on your AD carry is very important.
Yeah, 17 and 4 now. The count is definitely good to see Lucian both going the crit route because it actually does scale, unlike the Bork into Black Cleaver build. While it does give you tankiness, you also don't deal any damage. So it's good to see the crit build. He will scale decently if we make it to late game. Unfortunately, Twitch is probably the premier scaling ADC of ever. And while he did get the kill back, it's 3 kills going over to that Twitch, which is very scary. You know, I mean, you just saw him two-shot Sona, just 2 autos and she was dead. So, and I'm expecting to see at some point in the game, if he gets to 6 items, I believe he'll actually catch up.
Oh, Lucian dashes with the relentless pursuit straight into the stun from the Vigar. Control alt deleted, comes towards the mid lane on this Alawi, trying to start to group with the team in the mid lane. Sona here as well, but they've already lost both mid-tier turrets, and it's just the inhibitor left. The Catinator in a really bad spot. However, ult from Braum not going to find anyone, just slow them down, but 2 people with the crescendo. Catinator goes in, flash force out from the Vigar, spray and pray on the Twitch, going to do massive damage and clean up the Sona. Doomdozer is just crushing it right now, and that's going to be the inhibitor turret.
Yep. And probably the inhibitor to go with it. Though they could force an engage as 2 members are not with the team right now. However, they should back off at this moment. Catinator posturing aggressively forward, but he can't be the one to start this fight. They don't really have anyone to aggressively engage onto the Fed Twitch. They have no one to dive. Alawi's the closest thing, and it looks like Doomdozer going in on Nong, but nothing's going to come of that. In the top lane, Riven going to get focused.
Yep, and that's going to be Riven focused between 3. However, she's going to clean up the Lucian with that Ignite and dash her way to safety as well. The test of Spirit from Control deleted, not going to be enough slow to stop her. And now Catinator, look at the crit as the 3-item Twitch just going to auto Kaisa down. The mid lane, Braum with the combination of the Sona able to take out Vigar, but it was a 2v1 as Trundle is just clearing every single jungle of the entire map and now heads towards the 3rd Drake of the game. Alawi forced to spawn the Rift Herald in base due to him being unable to place it anywhere else. Twitch and Janna backing off from the top lane.
Yep, and he's just going to clear another wave of minions, might walk up and get that inhibitor turret. He does have level 2 of spray and pray available to him, so they're going to have to bring at least 3 members in combination with Nong, and that might not even be enough. They need the Braum shield to block spray and pray, or they're all just... Janna playing this unfortunately. Hold on. Nope, that's 1 kill. That's 2 kills. And Catinator looking like he's going to go down in a second, but Brahm's shield saves his life really quick. In the bottom lane, we have Riven going in hard onto Vieta and getting the execute. Once the stun was down, his doom was sealed, confirming the win slash and getting another solo kill. 7-1 on Riven, 4-1 on Trundle, 3-5 on Vigar, and 20-4 on Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch definitely the carry of the game, unconcerned with the health on the enemy team. No one even close to tanking up, especially with Alawi building that Black Cleaver. Catinator 1v2ing underneath the turret, doesn't even matter. Trundle, having just built nothing but armor, has the beginnings of that Thornmail Bramble Vest as well as Dead Man's Plate, able to tank up all the damage. River SLV with the shield survives for the moment. Control all deleted, trying to get back to the base, is able to survive for the moment. Braum here as well starts the ultimate, slowing people down. The Trundle may actually fall, but a nice shield from several members, including the Janna, able to keep him alive for the moment. The Ignite ticking away on the Trundle, but he's got the stats steal, and that's going to be his living for the moment as Twitch picks up yet another kill on the Sona. Alawi still here trying to defend. May as well use the ultimate. The game is practically over, but she's dead before she can get it off. And that's going to be the end of the engage. Nongdong just waiting it out on the fountain with Vieta. Catinator here to add a little bit of insult to injury, but the base is destroyed. Doomdozer is cleaning up kills. Minions are on the fountain, the Nexus, and someone survives from the fountain with a sliver of health as the Nexus explodes. Victory to Team Jeopardy. That was an incredibly one-sided game for, I guess, the third game in a row, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
Yep, they've all been kind of snowbally this time, which not the worst thing you'll ever see. I mean, snowbally games are fun to cast because you do end up getting with like Riven in top lane where you've got 3v1 outplays. You don't usually get to cast those in normal games, which is fun. On the other side, it's a lot more fun to play a game. Anyway, so we're going to look, and I'll give the losing team's MVPs and honorable mentions. First, over to Team Fortune. So MVP, actually honorable mention. I think I'm gonna give it to Vieta in the bot lane. He was in a very rough scenario. Sona, in a couple of instances, what got the snowball rolling was Sona was trying to, she took Kleptomancy and was trying to take advantage of the Kleptomancy procs and get the gold and extra items and trading advantage that Kleptomancy offers. However, in doing so, she didn't respect the minions. So consistently moved forward and traded into incredibly high volumes of minions, taking extra and unnecessary damage away from his ADC, and at that point ended up gifting an early kill over to Doomdozer, and then the rest is history. So Vieta was put into kind of that awkward situation, but he did manage to get trade kills in 2v1 scenarios, which, while sacrificing your life is not the best thing, if you can bring somebody down and get shutdown gold with you where you otherwise would have died. There are a couple of instances where he probably should have used his defensive spells more defensively rather than using them to go in and try and secure a trade kill, but still, overall, very well played from his position. He kind of had an awkward position in the game. Anyway, so MVP, you could have guessed this, going over to Nong Nong on the Braum mid, managing, despite all odds, despite the 23-4 Twitch on the other side, despite the 7-1 and the 5-1 jungler and top laner respectively, you end up with Nong Nong 3-1, only dying once despite having crazy, it's less the 3 kills that I'm impressed with and more the 1 death.
Yes.
Because he's playing an off-meta champion, going full damage, and still manages not to feed. I don't exactly know how that happened, but earns him the MVP.
If he had a bramble vest, a thorn mail, a dead man's plate,
and still managed to do the third most damage.
If you had all of those things and had one death, then it would be at least a little understandable because he'd be super, super, super tanky, but built damage route and did one of the most damages for his team and only one death. As crazy as it is, that is just some really good League of Legends play, knowing when you can engage, knowing when you can disengage, picking up the second most kills for his entire team.
All right, so now for Team Jeopardy. We've got the winning team and giving out MVPs, mentions, and shoutouts. MVP, the honorable mention's kind of up in the air right here. Between Josh Shot You and Butternuts. I'm giving the honorable mention over to Butternuts, not for his KDA, not for his contribution to the map, but for showing me something I've never seen before. I had never seen somebody move path down, steal 2 wolves, and then come back to lane. Doing that because wolves spawn earlier than everything. Doing that got him the XP lead. It surprised his opponent in lane, getting him that level 2 all-in, burning flash and TP, and getting first blood. That's what started his own snowball off, and for showing me something I had never seen before, a strategy for top lane, that gets you the honorable mention. Well done,
Not only that, but also sets the jungler back. Like we've seen sometimes they pick up a Scuttle Crab or, you know, one of their own camps. We've seen back in the day, you and I used to take away like a Gromp or something to give us a little bit of XP lead in the bottom lane if we were on the blue side or red side. But yeah, that didn't harm his jungler at all, set the other jungler back a little bit of XP and gold, and got him ahead to get huge lane advantage, and then just continue to snowball that into a lead that just became untouchable.
Yep, and now for MVP, I don't think anybody's surprised about this one, and cue the Reeves.
Timo!
For ADC! Yeah, but you've got the 23-4 Twitch, and he earned that scoreline. Definitely supported by someone did several clutch shields. However, Doomdozer managing to use his stealth. I would give him a small critique. Actually, it's not that small. Keeping up your farm despite having a lead, it's very easy to tunnel vision onto kills because everybody likes destroying your opponent. But minions are a more consistent source of income. Yeah, so I definitely want to give him props for spearing the game forward. His constant movement using stealth was really what put pressure on lanes and then ended up knocking down towers as a result of the kills that he got. A constant menace, making everybody think, is there a Twitch about to come out and eat my lunch? Well, most of the time it was yes in bot lane, there was. And Sona, unfortunately, on the receiving end of that lunch eating on multiple occasions. But anyway, that, oh yeah, so, and also shout out to Josh Shot You 27 on that troll in the jungle. Anyway, so I think that's it.
Yeah.